Welcome to the Rocky Mount Area Chamber Bus. Our guest today is Richard Davenport, who is the winner of the 2013 Family Legacy Award for the Chamber. Our show today is proudly brought to us by Roger G. Taylor and Associates to help you learn more about what's going on in our community. Let's take a look at some recent events.
Y'all, Julia, you want us to look at you?
Yeah, I'm gonna figure this one out. Right here.
Come on now, I can't hold my stomach in too long.
I can tuck in. Let's see, that was a trial run. Say, Prime Smokehouse.
Prime Smokehouse.
Thank you.
Supposed to take a picture about it.
Good morning. I'm David Combs, Mayor of Rocky Mount, and we're downtown in the Douglas Block in our newest business in downtown Rocky Mount, the Prime Smokehouse here, and we've got the owners here, Yalom and Ed Wiley and Beverly Ringer. They're down here together, and I don't know how many of you have been down to the Douglas Block lately, continuing to have new tenants, and I've been here, I've eaten here. The food is absolutely wonderful. When you talk about brisket and you talk about pork, this is a great place to come eat. Everybody that I know of has had great meals down here, had nothing but wonderful things to say about the business. But on behalf of the city of Rocky Mount and our city manager standing right here behind us, and this has certainly been a big initiative for Rocky Mount, is not only to redevelop downtown, but also have a key restaurant in downtown Rocky Mount, and y'all have done that and done it extremely well. But so on behalf of the city of Rocky Mount, I want to present you with this. It just says City of Rocky Mount, North Carolina, presented to Prime Smokehouse on the occasion of your ribbon cutting and grand opening with sincere best wishes, and we hope you have the best of luck down here, and if you continue like you have been doing and the food continues to stay like it is, I don't think you're going to have any problem at all. So it's we're glad to have you in downtown Rocky Mount. Congratulations and best of luck to you. And I'm going to let Sherlyn speak on behalf of the Chamber.
Thank you very much, and it's my honor. I'll be the first to say I think this is my 5th time down here, and I'm going to have lunch in just a second. I've had takeouts, I've eaten in, and it's absolutely wonderful. It's great to have this, and it's great to have you downtown, and there's nothing I want more to see Rocky Mount's downtown grow and have more businesses like this and very successful businesses, and we wish you all the very best, and thank you. That's all I can say is just thank you very much.
I do see Mary Wells over here, our county commissioner. We're glad that she's here with us today. And I'm going to see if Ed or Yalom want to say anything. But there's a long history here with this restaurant and probably some of the recipes that they use. And I'm just going to let y'all tell us a little bit about the restaurant and how you ended up coming to Rocky Mount.
Well, first of all, thank you very much. I mean, we can't express our gratitude enough for the way we've been welcomed and received here in Rocky Mount. It was us in Raleigh, North Carolina, running the same kind of a restaurant. And a lot of people from Rocky Mount would come up from weekend to weekend, and they'd say, you know, we need one of these in Raleigh, in Rocky Mount, excuse me. We need one of these in Rocky Mount. And we were invited to come down, take a look at the city, see what they were doing, and we were astonished at just how much energy and effort had been put into redeveloping the downtown area. And guess what? We wanted to be a part of it. Initially, we thought we'd have a place in Raleigh and one in Rocky Mount, and we came here and we got so caught up into the whole process of the thing, we said, you know what, let's pack our bags, hang our shingle in Rocky Mount, and call it a day. and we haven't looked back since. We're very thankful. We appreciate it. We thank you for your prayers, your support, your patience, and all those sorts of things. So I just wanted to give it back to you and say thank you for receiving us as well as you have, and we appreciate that.
Well, now, let me ask you something.
Yes, sir.
You're doing not only the meals here, but you have entertainment and that type of thing. So why don't you talk about that
Yes.
a little bit?
You know, as many of you know, my father was a very well-known jazz musician, Ed Wiley Jr. He was also a fabulous cook. And the thing that he really was good at was digging a deep hole in the backyard, slow smoking beef briskets and spare ribs and all kinds of things. And he'd have a jam session right there in the yard. And it would be, and this is growing up outside of Philadelphia. We'd pick all these wonderful fruits that grew in the backwoods in our house. People say woods in Philadelphia, but yeah, there was woods there. We picked all of these fruits, and my father could turn anything into a delicious pie. And so the tradition continues here, you know, and not just with the food and the wonderful dishes that he cooked, but also his tradition in music. And unfortunately, I lost him a couple years ago, but his spirit lives strong here. And one of the mainstays of what we're doing here now will be the live music. And the third week of July, we'll kick off our weekend dinner jazz series every Friday and Saturday night, 9 o'clock. We'll do 2 shows. So for those folks who don't turn into, you know, wrapping a cocoon after 9 o'clock, you want to come out and enjoy that. And, you know, we bring different groups from all over the country. And the good thing is that we even find some right here in North Carolina, Eastern North Carolina, to sort of buttress the sort of national compilation of musicians that we bring through. So we're really grateful for that. We're in a hotbed of good music, the home of Thelonious Monk and Harold Vick and a lot of the great musicians who come from this region and who've come through this region or who are from this region. So we're very thankful. We think that this place really presents a broad opportunity as far as music, good food, and all those things that are happening. And one of the things that when we first started in Garner, North Carolina, in 2008, when we first kicked this thing off, the one thing that people really appreciated about our restaurant was that it was a place where different people came together. And it crosses age barriers and race barriers and all those sorts of things, and just people come together, have a good time, because everybody wants the same thing. They want a clean environment, they want a safe environment, they want to eat good food, and they want to click their finger to some good music. We all want the same thing. So, and this place presents such an opportunity, and we're very, very grateful for it. I know somebody else has to say something besides me.
That's fun. So thank you so much for having us here in Rocky Mount. We really appreciate it, like you said, and we're looking forward to kicking off the music, and hopefully the coffee shop is going to be a big part of this thing that we're doing, and we're going to try to get that up and running in the next couple of weeks, and Yalam's going to be the head of that. And so we've got good things to come, and we really appreciate being here. And thank you.
Welcome back, and we are so delighted to congratulate in person Richard Davenport of Calvin Davenport Incorporated as the family-owned Business of the Year winner for 2013 for the Chamber. And Roger, glad you've joined us as the chairman of the Small Business Committee for the Chamber. So you were not there, but you were on a mission trip, which, wow, good reason not to be there. We're proud of you for another example of your giving back to our community and to our country. But your son Van did a great job accepting it for you.
Well, he was excited. He had a good time. It was a good experience for him, and appreciate you letting him fill in for me.
Well, and we put in a plug too about his future with the company, so there'll be 3 generations.
Well, we'll see. And we're in college right now, so we'll see. But maybe so.
He's really liking college, so it may be a career in college.
That's right.
Oh dear. Well, and a lot of people feel that way, but then the maturation kicks in and whatnot. Has he grown up in the business as you did?
Yeah, well, we run it's all right there together. So yes, he's kind of come up in it, but as times changed, and when I came along, when other kids went to the tobacco field, I went to the job. So we were more of a smaller, family-oriented, carpentry type product. Today we're a lot bigger. We do mostly commercial work, which really, with the new rules and regulations, it's really regulated on how old a kid is before he can go to your job. I can hire them at 16, but they're not allowed to use power tools or anything like that. They have to be 18 before they're allowed to physically handle anything that moves. So we're real limited to that. But yeah, Van, his summertime was spent hanging out with me on the jobs and cutting grass. We cut a lot of grass. So.
Well, your mama said at 14 you were out there digging holes
oh, yeah.
for the business.
Most definitely. You didn't stay at home. That is correct. I rode my dad from 10 to 12, and you know, and then after that you go to the job, and we used to dig the footings with a shovel and those type of items. So yeah, you know, I had an uncle that was a carpenter for us. Jimmy Odom was a master carpenter. I learned from a lot of good tradesmen. So I'm a carpenter by trade and a contractor by profession. So.
Well, that just prepared you. So as you developed and grew, as the economy's changed, now, of course, your business is out of state and all around, and big multi-million-dollar jobs. But that foundation work certainly created your expertise.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, but we still work full on. We still look after our little customers. I mean, we still repair houses. We run out a little bit because it's the little guys that got you where you're at. So,
don't forget them.
And you don't want to forget them. If you do, it'll come back to bite you. So, we've got a lot of big customers too. But we still hang pictures on the wall for our customers if the lady can't find a stud. So.
Well, and when you consider the economy has been kind of bad recently. And y'all never took a dip, did you? I mean, you found your niche and you...
margins were down, but we covered 3 states. You know, it used to be that we came home every night. You can't do that anymore. We go from Northern Virginia to South Carolina, from the coast to the mountains. So
what are some of the projects locally that people would recognize?
Local projects, we did Autumn Care of Nash, which is the nursing home in Nashville. We renovated the courthouse in Nashville, the last renovation it had a few years ago. Sunset Baptist Church, the fellowship hall and the educational building behind it, we put up. The addition to Arlington Baptist Church, which is their new fellowship hall, gymnasium, classrooms, we did that.
Farmers Market?
We did the Farmers Market. We just got through with an addition to Nash Community College, which was the child care development system, and the addition to the new culinary center.
That's a nice addition out there.
It is. Done a lot of nice homes in Rocky Mount too over the last 50 years. But those are just a few local jobs.
Roger, the legacy. We've had a lot of people through the years, and if I start naming, I'm going to leave out somebody. But talk about the significance of that to the Small Business Committee and the Chamber.
Well, it's so exciting because a father or a grandfather creates something.
Or a grandmother.
Or a grandmother, yes. and you know, you build a lifetime creating customers and environments. And it's so unfortunate that people don't look at succession planning because when they die, their business dies with them. I mean, I just had a client that was a plumber, successful, had been, but the day he died, his business closed with him.
Exactly.
And it's just unfortunate because he had such a large customer base, he helped so many. And in this, there was Richard's father, Calvin, Richard, and hopefully Van will be coming along. If not, he has employees that perhaps can carry on the tradition. But that says something when a family business can continue for generations. That means they've been doing it correctly, professionally, good ethics, you know, because if not, they wouldn't be here.
Yeah, one does not endure the test of time without
That's
doing things properly. But I don't know that you should have thrown out there that you hang pictures for people. You might be getting some phone calls after this.
We'd be glad to.
I'm in the book.
That's right, I'm in the book.
You do, I was in reading about what y'all do, you have added all the different components from the very beginning of a building project. Kind of talk about how the different phases of building that you've made a real point of, like the design, all of those things.
We consider ourselves a full-service company. We like to take you from the beginning to the end, from when there's a site that has nothing on it to when you move in. That's what we prefer to do. But we will do any part of it. But we carry design services, we carry engineering services, we carry management
in-house?
service. We have partners with people that do the engineering and architectural sessions of it, but we do have draftsmen in-house that we carry. We carry all project management in-house. We carry a large staff of construction workers. We carry several divisions. In construction, there's a lot of different things, just everything from residential, but commercial carries a whole lot of different parts. You have conventional construction, then you have what they call pre-engineered, which people consider to be like metal buildings. We carry 2 national accounts there. We carry Nucor, metal building services, and we carry metallic metal building. We are the second largest Nucor dealer in the state of North Carolina, and we are in the top 25 in the nation for metallic, so in tonnage. So that's the amount of tons of steel you put out.
And green technology is important to you too,
It
isn't it?
is. We have certified, accredited lead people on our staff. So we're also certified in hospital work. We carry a certification from the National Health and Engineering Society for hospital quality air, so that you can work inside the hospitals and the operating rooms and do construction type projects. But yes, ma'am, we try to cover a lot of bases. In today's world, you got to diversify.
I was just thinking it's gotten a lot more complicated than a 14-year-old with a shovel,
Oh,
hadn't
it
it?
sure has. It really does.
Too much government.
But I've got. It's not me, it's the employees that I have. Those boys, I have the best crew around, I think. So.
Well, and we
they
met a
make
lot
it.
of them,
yeah.
and they're very loyal to you.
Well, you're no better than the people you hire. That's my dad told me that. So you hire good folks, you'll do good work. So.
Well, let's take a break, and we're going to come right back.
Okay.
Stay with us, please. Welcome back, and we want to thank Roger G. Taylor and Associates for making the buzz possible. Roger, I get lots of good feedback around the community. I hope you do.
I do.
But we're all about, and you in particular, are all about promoting good people doing good things in the community. And this show clearly helps people meet people like Richard and learn about, all the wonderful things going on in Rocky Mountain surrounding areas.
Well, that's correct. And you know, the recent banquet, I think it was the 23rd small business banquet that Rocky Mountain Chamber has had. Small business is so important, and it was so successful as we had numerous winners, including the small business winner, small family business winner. But the purpose of the Small Business Committee is to get nominations and look at our community and get the diversification that we have and then evaluate it. And we will start coming up in July. We will start again, and we'll hope to have 11 recipients. And then in June is Small Business Month, and then we will have our Small Business Banquet and again award select businesses for their accomplishments, and we appreciate that. But Richard, you know, being a part of it, it should be for your family, because as I say, legacy is something that not everybody has. A lot of people live a lifetime. When they leave in a week or two, they aren't remembered very well. But your father and you and your mother and your family have been contributors to the community, supported through via construction and other things, and we appreciate that.
You're welcome.
And
Let's talk about public service, though,
Yes,
in
that's good.
government service, because you have, because of your expertise, you've served on a lot of like planning boards and stuff too, haven't you?
Well, I'm Vice Chairman of the Nash County Planning Board at this time. I was past Chairman of the Nash County Board of Adjustments as far as county work goes. Of course, we all do our local personal stuff. You know, I was deacon for Red Oak Baptist Church.
No, we don't all do our local personal
You
stuff,
know,
so
We
thank
presume.
you.
I sat on the board of Trustees for Rocky Mountain Academy. Was a founding member and past board of directors for First Carolina State Bank. Those, you know, but civic participation and duty to the county and the local is important, because it allows us to give a little bit back from what we received over time. And my dad was a believer in that. We serve pro bono on these committees because I don't think it's right to be paid for public's contributing to the public good. So, it's been good. It matures you and lets you see other people and what their needs are.
And that's part of the legacy of your dad,
That's right.
and so many of the parents watching need to bear in mind that the kids do what they see their parents doing.
Oh, I agree.
And to instill in there that desire to give back, not just take, because the community has been supportive of you. Of course, you've earned their trust in you, but also you've honored that by giving back,
Yeah, well, thank you.
which is really wonderful. Roger, how do people nominate for being on the Small Business Awards?
Well, there's an application that you can get off the Chamber's website for a nomination. They come in, the committee, we meet once a month, and we review those nominees and select from that category. And
what do we look at? What are the criteria?
well, we look at the size of the business. We look at the success of the business. If they're increasing, contributions, what they give back to the community. So it's like not only being a small business, but being a well-rounded, a good community system, a partner, and the application has, what I did last year, what I've done over, almost 50 years, or what roles you play, what you give back to the community. So it's something to help us evaluate, and then we try to be looking at the total of our community, because if everything came from one sector, that's not us. We are a very diverse community, and this year was especially true to that selection.
Yeah, at the Small Business Awards for the year, just every different sector.
Yeah, it was really, it was very pleasing there were several hundred people at the banquet, and I think everybody, the feedback that I have gotten has been nothing but positive about, they like the location, they like the activities, they appreciate how smoothly it ran.
The speakers were awesome.
Oh yeah. Our two speakers from
Natty
Green, and
Brewery.
it was very informative, but informal also, and it was just enjoyable. But everybody just had a nice time. Everybody
Young
had a just nice.
entrepreneurs. I want to say though, it's not hard to self-nominate either, or to
That's
nominate
correct.
somebody, because you can put a couple of sentences in each category. And if there's not enough, excuse me, Bobby Booth from the Chamber,
Does
who
an excellent
works
job.
with us, will do a great job, and she'll call you and say, can you give me a little bit more? And considering size too, the overall winner for the whole year was Gary Hodges, and he's a one-man show. So-
But he gives a lot back to the
He does.
community and things like that, and we're continually looking at. Right now, we're in the process of looking, because I don't think we realize how many in our community do global activities. We're looking next year at possibly having a global community activity. A solo practitioner, so there's a lot of small businesses that you can work around and make it exciting for those individuals that contribute to our community.
And not many communities depend on their small business owners as much as Rocky Mount. I think I read that 90%.
90% to me in Rocky Mount is where we are, and across the country I think it's 80. So I mean it's the old roll up your sleeves, let's get to work attitude, and several of this year's winners, which are exciting because they're located either on the Douglas block or they're located here. They're trying to rebuild the community as a whole, get downtown going, and it's just an exciting time. And I wish more of our community citizens would realize that at a time and step forward. But Gene, as you continually interview people, you get to see the whole aspect of Rocky Mount and its surrounding area, the Twin Counties. And it's amazing the good things that go on here.
Oh, it is. And
It's
when we
amazing.
interview these people on a monthly basis, the winners, and celebrate them, and the humility. And Richard, I say, you're right there with them. It's not all about you. It's all about your employees, your family, your community, and giving back. And I think that just speaks volumes for your character and for the character of Rocky Mount. So we celebrate you, and we celebrate Rocky Mount.
Well, thank you.
In this, and thank you. And Roger, again, thank you for making this show possible.
Well, My pleasure.
Well, great. And we'll see you next week.